In this one, we're making this absolutely delicious BLT. It's more of a BLAET in this one. I'm adding a few little extras, and you can do the same as well, or leave it classic. It's completely up to you. Let's get straight into it.
Starting out, we're going to make a base mayonnaise. This consists of 1 whole egg, 15 milliliters of white vinegar, 10 grams of Dijon mustard, and 180 milliliters of any neutral flavored oil. Then get in there with an immersion blender and just blend this up until a thick emulsion has been created, and that right there is our base mayonnaise. To make this taste even better, we're adding in 15 grams of fresh dill and 10 grams of flat leaf parsley, as well as a nice big pinch of salt, and this is going to create a beautiful herby mayo. We can then get back in there with the immersion blender, just blend this down till everything is evenly combined. Transfer this over to a clean jar or container, making sure you scrape it in there. Don't waste any of this stuff, it tastes absolutely delicious. Leaving us with this beautiful, smooth, herby mayonnaise, which we can then place on a lid and store this in the fridge until we're ready to serve, and this will last up to 4 days in the fridge. Now I know this is a BLT, bacon, lettuce and tomato, but we can always add a few little extras for even more flavour. This right here is 1 avocado, just gently open it up, then use a dull knife to bang out that seed and just discard. Then scoop out the flesh using a spoon, or you can peel it by hand, it's up to you. Just make sure you add it into a bowl, and we can also add in a pinch of sea salt flakes, which obviously seasons and acts as an abrasive to easily be able to smash this up. You can also slice it, but I feel like mashing it's a lot better. One of the original ingredients to this is lettuce. You can use any type you like. I'm using baby cos right now, and I'm just going to separate it from the core. Just make sure you give this a good wash, and this can just be left in the background whilst we do everything else. The tomatoes are next. You can use any variety again. These are just regular gourmet tomatoes, but beef eater tomatoes are even better if you can get your hands on them. Just slice them as thin or as thick as you'd like, and I recommend about 3 to 4 slices per sandwich. With the bacon, I'm using middle bacon for this recipe, and I'm baking it in the oven, hence it's on a baking tray lined with parchment paper. Just try not to overlap it too much, and you can use any variety of bacon as well as any cooking method of your choice. Once that's laid out, place it into a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius and bake for about 13 to 14 minutes. In the meantime, we can prepare everything else. What I have here is 1 loaf of Turkish bread. Again, you can use any bread of your choice, and I'm going to slice this into 4 even-sized pieces. I'll have 2 now for the purpose of this video, and probably just have another 2 later on for dinner. Let's then use a bread knife to carefully slice this in half, and Turkish bread has a beautiful aeration, that's why I use it. It's then up to you whether or not you want to use butter, olive oil, or leave it plain depending on how you want to toast it. I'm using butter just for a beautiful flavour and a nice little crust. Another optional ingredient for this recipe is some eggs. Place in 10 milliliters of olive oil over a medium heat. Crack in as many eggs as you like, and then also spritz in a little bit of water off your fingers. This is just going to allow the eggs to steam rather than fry really vigorously and get an even cooking all over. Season to taste with sea salt flakes and cracked black pepper, about 20 cracks worth. And then just cook for about 2.5 to 3 minutes, or until the eggs are done to your liking, then pop them aside. In another pan over medium heat, add in the bread, butter or oil side down depending on which you chose to use, and then toast these for about 2.5 to 3 minutes on each side, just until you get that beautiful crust all over. You can rotate them a few extra times just to get even colour, but once you have that done, we can also pop these aside. As for assembling these beautiful things, we can place the herby mayo on either side. You can use as much or as little as you like. I recommend putting quite a bit of this stuff on there because it tastes so good, and just make sure you spread it out so you get a bit of it with each and every bite. Spread over the avocado if you're using it, or if you use sliced avocado, you can place this on after. Add over the lettuce, 2 to 3 pieces per serve. The tomatoes, 4 slices per serve, as well as some sea salt flakes and cracked black pepper. Next to go on is the bacon, whether you like it soft or crispy. Add over the egg on top. Then place on the lid with the herby mayo, and we can push this down a little bit just to pop that egg yolk. And what we've got here is this beautiful looking BLT, or BLAET, depending on what you want to call this. And the last thing to do is we can just slice this open gently. Do it on an angle if you wanted to serve it up to someone and impress them a little bit. But with everything done, we've got this beautiful sandwich right here, and this is the center of that sandwich that looks absolutely delicious.
And now with everything done, there is only one thing left to do, and that is we can then dig in. In my opinion, you just can't beat recipes like these. They're easy to make, they're delicious. You can change them up, do whatever you want to do with them. And obviously I've added egg and avocado to this. You can also add cheese or just leave it as a classic BLT, but definitely do make this recipe. And like I said in the video, this is more of a blueprint than a recipe. Just do whatever you like to do to this. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.